How's it going, everyone? This is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. I just wanted to make this video today to show you a little bit of what I do during my times in my je ne sais quoi. My je ne sais quoi. This is a live session I'm doing on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoy it. I love doing this. I love sharing my artwork. I love getting stuff, you know, going for the kill. Going for the kill. I'm gonna do a little pot with flowers. Something simple, yet effective. This is a graphite I'm using. My whole thing is about keeping movement happening. If there's movement, everything is fine. The moment that I stop moving, then something's off. That's how I gauge it anyways. That's how I like to gauge it. If I'm moving, if I'm keeping a free flow, everything is under control. Start blocking first. This is just one of the many ways of doing it, guys. How's it going, my friend Bill? Good to see you here. Really, movement is the thing that I care about the most in creating artwork. I think all is in movement. The whole thing has to do with movement. And half of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. And not that I don't know what I'm doing as this is rehearsed stuff. This is practice. This is years of practice. But I still allow myself to not know what I'm doing. And I think that is part of the fun of it, you know. It's serious, but not in the level of not in the egoic idea of serious. It's serious to me, but creating it is not serious. The approach, I think, it's very simple. The artwork in itself, it's tremendously serious for me. I don't think I could go on without creating artwork. And I try not to go through with very small brush works in the beginning because it tightens me. It closes me to the possibility of creating something beyond the mental ideas that I have of the painting. See, as artists, we have an attitude towards it. We have an idea, but it's not necessarily the truth. It's just an idea that is in our minds. It doesn't matter whether you paint realism or abstraction, whatever you do. So someone's asking me, I was just wondering about the paint on the wall. Now I know why it's there. Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to use it to kind of clean my brush and then get back. But we all have an idea of what the artwork is supposed to look like. You know, what our artwork is supposed to look like. And more and more, I'm trying to get away from that idea and let the artwork decide what it wants to look like. Now, this doesn't mean that, you know, that I am sloppy necessarily about it. What I'm trying to say is that I little by little, I'm trying to remove myself from it and let it be. You know, let it show me where it's going, as opposed to me trying to. It's like a dance, you know. It's a push and pull. It's a dance. And My friend Bill asked me last time, when did I know? I think if I remember correctly, when did I know when to stop, when the painting was finished? It's a little feeling that I get. Sometimes I don't nail it. Sometimes I keep working on it, and when I keep working on it, like overdoing it, I realize that I'm now trying to please my mind. Yeah. So it's a little feeling. It's a very soft feeling of satisfaction. I'm not necessarily happy with it. I'm at peace with it. If I try to be happy, I will work on it, and it will never be finished. So I'm not looking for a sense of happiness. It's almost like a peaceful thing. Like, oh, this feels right. It feels right. There's something that is telling me that it feels right. It's very subtle, and I have to be very attuned to listen to it, because if not, I can miss it. You know, I think painting has a lot to do with being very, very present, very much in the moment. You know, it's sort of I almost see it as an Eastern philosophy. You know, you have to be here. I can't be too in it, but I can't neglect it either. So it's all of it. It's the whole thing. That's how I kind of see it. It's the whole thing. Why is blue there? And why is blue here? Why does it jump back? You know, because I'm looking at the whole of it. It's a very beautiful practice. I love it. It is spiritual for me. And I know that it sounds very cliche and whatnot, but for me it is, guys. It's very spiritual. I was listening to Peter Max talk about artwork, and I resonated. I was like, I get this cat. I get it. I get what he's talking about. What it means for him, it's something that I felt in artwork for myself. And it's very simple. As you can see, it's not, you know, again, this is a small piece, right, too. If it was maybe larger, you could see a heavier brushwork. Or if it was more realistic, right, you could see the different definition or whatever. But here I'm trying to land color. One of the phrases that stuck with me when I was a young artist, or younger artist, I'm still young, but when I was much younger, is when Monet referred to it as patches of color. When he referred to it as patches of color, I was like, oh man, I get that. I can totally see that. And I know that's the colorist in me. I like to think that there's a bit of a colorist. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Colorist in me. I like to think that the pursuit of, not color, because I'm not a chemist. No, it's not the pursuit of color. It's the pursuit of the dance, the balance of the color that I care about. The pursuit of the play on color. There's a sort of play happening, and you know, I want to be there when it happens. I want to witness it. You know, as it's happening right now, there's a little dance happening, and I want to be there. So that's what I go for. Very simple, subtle. Simplicity. If I had a religion, guys, simplicity would be my religion. Someone told me the other day on what was it, on YouTube, because I do videos on YouTube too. I think the person was trying to be maybe they were upset or something at the way I painted, and they're like, "You paint like a child," and I told them, "You have no idea the greatest compliment you have given me." If I paint like a child, then I'm complete. Thank you so much for that. That's what I want. I want to paint like a child. I want to paint with the freedom of the child. Sorry about that, guys. And there we go, something like that, you know. My name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist. I just happen to be. I don't know, I was born in the right place at the right time, guys. Artwork is just my cup of tea. I may not be good at it, but I am good at putting paint on it, you know, on canvas. I just love doing it. I am an enthusiastic artist. I am a mad scientist, definitely. I'm not trying to do anything that I don't know. I'm trying to just paint what I know, and maybe in there I grow. You know, maybe in just stretching myself, and it's a contraction, and you know, it's expansion and contraction. What I've noticed with artwork, at least in my experience. I don't know. Everybody else has different experiences, but for me, it happens to be a bit of an expansion and a contraction. It's almost like giving birth. I don't know if I knew what that was, right? Of course. The kind of paint that I use is oil paint. I like to use oil paint, and as you guys can see here, I keep walnut oil available. This is the only medium I like to use now. I don't like to use solvents. As you guys can see, I'm painting inside my studio here, so I'm not much into the solvents because I just don't, you know, I don't want to be smelling that. I used to do a lot of plein air painting. I used to paint outside. I still do, but from time to time. But I realized that that working in my studio, I could thank you so much. I could be, you know, I wake up sometimes at night, you know, I wake up at 8, 9, 10, 11, and I have an idea, and I run like a little child into the studio, and I go and paint it. And I think that I'm blessed that way, you know, that I have my studio here, and I can just run into the studio. And I was thinking about, you know, a color with, you know, that involves cadmium red. And a painting that, you know, somehow, I don't know, I've been thinking about cadmium red all day. And then I would run, you know, just in the middle of the night and start creating something like this. And I'm showing you guys something relatively simple and small, but I will be showing some of my bigger pieces, some of my bigger paintings, and how I tackle those, how I play around with the color in those. It's just, you know, I like the Renoir mentality, the idea of, if it ain't happy, I don't want to do it. And for me, it's not so much about happiness. I like that approach, but it's got to do more with peace. If it ain't peaceful, I don't want part of it. You know, if it's not creating some sort of inner peace, some sort of I'm not trying to hippie out on you guys, but I feel like art is that way. Art it awakens something in us, in all of us. And if it's not awakening, if it's not creating awareness, I don't want part of it. Whether it is, you know, I mean, as I was talking to my wife the other day, we were talking about Guernica, right? It's such a strong piece, Picasso's Guernica, right? It's such a strong piece about what happened during the Franco years in Spain, and although a lot of people think it's such a dark, gray piece, it still brings some sort of, you know, a lot of awareness and some sort of peace at the same time. I feel it brings an understanding, like, oh, okay, we need to go beyond violence, you know. I feel when I paint flowers, I feel the same way. Of course, I'm not comparing Guernica with this, but I'm saying the feeling of some sort of awareness, you know. Maybe a flower can bring a little bit of love to us, you know, a little bit of peace, something that is in a higher rhythm than happiness, you know. I hope so. I don't know. I am a bit loco. I am a little loco. Let me show you guys my crazy face. The name is Jose Trujillo. I'm a Mexican-born artist. I live in the U.S. and I create a lot of artwork. Very happy artwork. I hope you guys had a great moment here with me. I will be sharing artwork daily. And thank you so much. Take care. Till next time. Bye-bye.